Fairy Tales.
The Wise Old Owl's Secret, a journey through the hidden world. Amara, a girl with bright brown eyes and a mischievous grin, loved exploring the woods behind her house. She spent hours wandering through the dappled sunlight, listening to the birdsong and watching the squirrels scamper up the trees. But there was one place she longed to see, the Whispering Grove, a hidden haven deep within the forest, shrouded in mystery and whispered about in hushed tones by the villagers. They spoke of a wise old owl who lived there, a guardian of the forest's secrets. Amara yearned to meet him, to learn the secrets he held. One day, Amara decided to find the Whispering Grove. She packed a knapsack with bread and cheese, a bottle of water, and a compass, determined to find the hidden haven. She followed a winding path, the sunlight filtering through the leaves, casting dancing patterns on the forest floor. She walked for what felt like hours, the forest becoming thicker and darker until she came to a clearing. In the center stood a magnificent oak tree, its branches reaching up like giant arms towards the sky. A sense of awe washed over Amara as she approached the tree. As she drew closer, she heard a soft hooting sound. She looked up and saw a magnificent owl perched on a branch high in the oak tree. He was a majestic creature, with brown feathers that shimmered in the sunlight, and bright yellow eyes that seemed to see into her soul. He looked down at her, his gaze steady and wise. Amara felt a wave of excitement and nervousness wash over her. This was the wise old owl, the guardian of the Whispering Grove. "Welcome, child," the owl hooted, his voice deep and resonant. "You have found the Whispering Grove. What brings you here?" Amara took a deep breath. "I've heard stories about you, wise owl," she said. "They say you know the secrets of the forest. I want to learn them." The owl chuckled, a soft, rumbling sound. "The forest holds many secrets, child," he said, "but they are not easily revealed. You must prove yourself worthy." The owl's words made Amara's heart race. "What do I have to do?" she asked. "The forest is in danger," the owl said. "A shadow has fallen upon it, and the creatures are afraid. You must find the source of the shadow and lift it. Only then will the forest be safe again." Amara's eyes widened. "How do I find it?" she asked. The owl pointed his wing towards a path that led deeper into the forest. "Follow this path, child," he said. "It will lead you to the source of the shadow." Amara hesitated for a moment, then took a deep breath and started down the path. The forest grew darker and more mysterious as she walked. Strange sounds echoed through the trees, and the air grew heavy with a sense of unease. She pressed on, her heart pounding in her chest. She came to a clearing where a group of deer stood huddled together, their eyes wide with fear. They looked at her with pleading eyes, their antlers lowered in a gesture of submission. "What's wrong?" Amara asked, her voice trembling slightly. "The shadow," one of the deer whispered, his voice filled with dread. "It's everywhere. It's stealing the light from the forest. We're afraid." Amara felt a surge of sympathy for the deer. She knew she had to help them. She looked around, her eyes scanning the forest, searching for the source of the shadow. She noticed something strange. The leaves on the trees were wilting and the flowers were drooping. The forest felt heavy and oppressive, as if a dark cloud had settled over it. Amara followed the path, her heart pounding with a mixture of fear and determination. She came to a clearing where a large gnarled tree stood, its branches twisted and contorted. The tree was covered in strange black vines that seemed to pulse with a dark energy. Amara felt a chill run down her spine. She knew she had found the source of the shadow. The vines were draining the life out of the forest, casting a dark shadow over everything. Amara knew she had to do something. But what? She looked around, her eyes searching for a way to defeat the vines. She noticed a small, clear stream flowing nearby. She had an idea. She took a deep breath and filled her water bottle with the stream water. She walked back to the gnarled tree and carefully poured the water over the vines. The vines hissed and sputtered, but Amara didn't stop. She kept pouring until the water had soaked the vines completely. The vines began to shrink and wither, their dark energy fading away. The forest around them seemed to sigh with relief. The leaves on the trees began to unfurl, and the flowers lifted their heads towards the sun. The shadow lifted, and the forest was bathed in light again. The deer emerged from their hiding places, their eyes filled with gratitude. Amara smiled. She had saved the forest. Amara returned to the Whispering Grove, her heart filled with joy. The wise old owl was waiting for her, his yellow eyes shining with pride. "You have done well, child," he said. "You have proven yourself worthy. Now I will share with you the secrets of the forest." The owl led Amara deeper into the Whispering Grove, where she learned the secrets of the trees, the animals, and the magic of the forest. She learned to speak the language of the birds, to understand the whispers of the wind, and to see the beauty in every leaf and every flower. Amara spent many days in the Whispering Grove, learning from the wise old owl. She learned that the forest was a place of wonder and magic, a place where anything was possible. She learned that the secrets of the forest were not just things to be learned, but things to be cherished and protected. And she learned that she had a special place in the forest, a place that was waiting for her whenever she needed it.